welcome back, everybody. A new episode. We've been away for a little while. Took a little holiday hiatus. Back again after about it's been about a month, Jerbs?
Have we done
been a
one
minute.
since the committee, or is that our last one? Like
I think we did one a couple weeks ago. I think you and I squeezed one in like a week, like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
A Notre Dame
No, it was the Monday Morning Regrets.
We haven't done Class 4 Mike since the award show
that we launched. Yeah, no, exactly. The award show was the last Class 4 Mics. But anyway, we're back. Obviously, there's a lot of news to talk about with Notre Dame lately. It's just been a roller coaster of a month, and let's get at it. Before we do, real quick, let's as always talk about what we're drinking. George, you want to go first?
Yeah, brother. So shout out to our man Tea Maker. I don't know. Can you guys see this yet? Tell me when it's.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm doing him justice here in the video.
Nice.
He made us this nice little. Can you see it?
Or is it blurred out? A little bit. Yeah.
There it is.
That's better.
This nice mug with Jarboski, Clash More Mics on it. I'm gonna pour a little Coors Light into this bad boy for the show tonight. Thank you, Tea Maker. Also got his hoodie on. Let me model that shit.
Actually, that's a great segue. We'd talk about you modeling something because I think something happened while we were gone here.
Yeah, nice. Hey man, yeah, look at that.
It's very Top Gun of you right here.
Hey, what's that for 44?
Looking sexy there, big guy. A little Top Gun action for you.
Look.
I like the farmer's tan. But yeah.
Brother, I live in Denver, man. It's cold as shit here right now. That was in Cancun last week. So yeah,
I was gonna say, tell everybody what this is from.
Oh yeah. Yep. So yeah.
There's a foot shot for all the ladies.
Yeah. Enjoying some time in Cancun with my wife and a couple other friends that we went with. We were there all last week. We got back last night actually. So yeah, it was nice. Real nice. Now we're back in the cold weather in Denver. So I didn't see that coming. That's funny. That's good,
as soon as you said those to me, I was like, this guy's getting it right.
You set me up.
Yes, I did. You walked right into it too. You walked right into it.
Shout out for the Tea Maker for the gear. It's got the Clash 4 Mics logo on there as well. Hit him up. He's got good stuff. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. For sure. Go ahead, Tony.
What's going on, everyone? Drinking some man beer tonight. The Ultra with my Linebacker Lounge koozie.
There you go.
Go Irish.
That's nice. I like it. I got Tea Maker sent me a little something as well. This is what he sent me. I'm not wearing it because I'm drinking. I'm in a warm room. It doesn't look as good
as me, so they wanted me to model. You just saw my photos.
That's right. And obviously the nice little what is it? What are these called? Tumbler, I guess, is whatever they're called.
I think. Yeah, you caught that good, Adam. That you did. Yeah, it looks nice. It's sharp.
Yeah, so he's got that in there, and then he stuck our names on them. Man, they're
dope.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's nice. I'm as far as what I'm drinking, I got the Basil Hayden again. I'm pouring that neat, and I got a bottle of New Belgium 1554. I'm a big fan of this New Belgium. I bought the Tripel last week or a couple weeks ago and was drinking on that, and it was really good. And so I tried their 1554, and it's delicious too. I recommend it to anybody. It's really good.
Is it a whiskey or what is it?
No, this is a beer.
This is a straight beer. Oh, New Belgian beer. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I actually think that we have one of their breweries up in Fort Collins, like an hour from here.
I've only tried the two things that we have on the shelf here. I'm sure they make seasonal stuff that's also really good, but they're 2 for 2 in my book, man. They've been delicious. So
nice. What's the alcohol percentage on that?
I want to say 5.5 on this one. You're gonna make me put on my old man glasses.
No, that's it. I was thinking it was like 8 or 9.
I know you'd think so too. It's 6%.
6%.
Yeah. I can't remember what the Tripel is. I like the Tripel more, honestly. The Tripel is even better. But yeah, I mean, it's good drinking beers. I like them a lot. So anyway, let's get to it. I mean, there's, as always with Notre Dame, there's a ton to talk about. Anything you guys want to start with in particular?
Man, they really fucked up the portal, right?
I mean, people, you wonder when people are going to learn to just chill out a little. I mean, I say that, I know that's never going to, there's always going to be somebody who cries about something. It's never going to change, but you're not going to get panic from me. Even before we had this staff, I didn't panic on stuff like this. It's just too much energy, to freak out over every single little thing. And now that you have this staff who's proven time and time again that even if Priester was right and they kind of dropped the ball or whatever, that may be the case. At the beginning, maybe they took a route that if you ask them privately, hey, would you do it that way again? Maybe they tell you, no, we messed that up. But they
thought they were all a bunch of knuckleheads, right?
I think
they've
just proven they can recover.
Yeah.
Like they definitely dropped the ball.
They need to improve on, but they crushed it. So
I think they dropped the ball. I think Freeman was pissed. I think they expected Marsh to land at Notre Dame, and he didn't. He didn't make it on campus, and I think Freeman was probably like super pissed off about that. And I think that's kind of the stuff that was getting out, where the insiders were, getting, from their sources that they weren't happy, and Freeman, I could see that because he's ultra competitive, right? So he's gonna lose his shit, and then. Now the rest of the stuff, like those next 3 or 4 players, where it just kept getting worse, right? It was just snowballing. But you're right. I mean, I thought it was a little premature to overreact as if the program was going to shut down, after 3 days of the portal. I mean,
we also don't know. We don't know what Marsh was asking for. You know what I mean? Like maybe Marsh was asking for some crazy number, and they're like, all right, do we want to give Marsh this ridiculous number? Or do we want to give Quincy Porter half that and go that way?
Get his teammate. I mean, for me, I'd take the 2 for 1. I mean, they have more years of eligibility. I think both of their ceilings are way up there. So
just because he was
win personally. I mean,
just because he was pissed that first Sunday when it happened doesn't mean that now looking back and having a chance to cool off and seeing everything else that they did that. He can't look at that objectively and be like, okay, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to be too hard on my guy, my GM. There was probably some annoyance there because there wasn't a lack of urgency to get him on campus. And so all of that, I could see an overreaction at the time, but looking back, it's like, okay, if he would have made it to campus, were we going to match him? Were we going to get into a bidding war? At what point were we going to let him walk? I think he was just pissed off that we didn't get him and he didn't make it to campus.
Yeah, I mean, I think they probably have learning. It's the first one of these kind of a thing. So they probably did mess up the first week, but they quickly recovered. And now, I think when we look back in retrospect, it's like, would I rather have Porter and Milan? Right? Is that how you say his name, Milan?
Yeah.
Or Marsh? I'll take those 2 kids. So, me personally, I think they won in the end.
The one from Wake Forest,
Yeah, I can't even. The defensive tackle, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Or
I mean, it's not like he signed while he was at Tech. I mean, there was like, okay, he is going to visit, he's not going to visit. So at some point they shut it down. So they were obviously, doing some negotiating, before he even got to campus. So I don't even know. I think there's a limit there, for Notre Dame and Texas Tech. They're gonna. They'll drop $5 million on a player. I just don't know if Notre Dame would ever do anything that stupid. And it's not stupid. Yeah. It's not stupid because if that's the going rate, that's the going rate. But I mean, what's that going to tell? How's that?
Well, it's not. That's not why it's not stupid. It's not stupid because if they're willing to pay that money, it's not my money. You know what I mean? Like it's not whoever's willing to pay that. It's up to them of whether or not it's stupid. How
many players are going to lose? Because the portal just opened, and now you got 10 days for these kids to really think about it. Say, oh shit, Notre Dame's willing to pay this guy $5 million. I mean, maybe I'm getting ripped off here. So I just think from that standpoint, because they do such a good job on the roster retention, that we're not going to see them going out there buying these kids like that. Not when there's other players available, because they're doing tampering too, right? I mean, they're tampering, like I said, this is early in the game. So they're tampering, they're calling other guy, they're saying,
well, okay. Of course, they were talking about Cooper Barkate, that, the kid that went to Harvard and then to Duke. So I read on the board, someone was saying, one of the staffs was saying that we made him a big offer in December. He didn't take it. And now he wants to take it because the Duke quarterback transferred. But now our offer is, a quarter of that because
I don't even know that he has an offer at all.
He might, yeah.
Yeah, now that they have
what would be the risk there, though? Like, because we don't.
I think you're in jeopardy of hurting your room. But Greathouse and Faison and those guys, there's probably a pitch that had to go just to get Porter and Milan to be okay with that. Now you're throwing another.
Yeah, but
Greathouse.
I think Barkate's a slot. I believe Barkate's a slot.
I think what I think is he's not even an option. I don't think he has a lower offer, so he has to decide. I don't even think Notre Dame's offering him anything.
But if it's Greathouse, I mean, wouldn't you be willing to let Greathouse walk if?
Yes.
For him, nah, I wouldn't.
I would.
No, I think Greathouse is better than him, but
I don't.
I know. I hear what you're saying, but me personally.
But if they feel that way,
then sign Greathouse too. So I don't think you can let him walk, right? Like the transfer portal is over. So, it's not over for players that are in it, but you have to announce already, right? Like Greathouse can't even go in the portal now, even if you wanted to.
Right.
Correct. But I don't think we can get Barkate now, even if we wanted to, right? Doesn't the portal close both ways?
No, if he's in,
I think they still have longer to decide.
Oh, you had time to that's just, you only have a certain amount of time to declare. Once you declare, you have time.
Yeah.
You have more time
you are
to
kind
actually
of getting racked, because the classes start, depending kind of who you are, right? A graduate transfer or something else. But I think what they say Notre Dame classes start on Tuesday. So
I don't know, but let's be honest. If he wants to go somewhere other than Notre Dame, are they gonna be like, oh, you missed 2 weeks of classes, we're not gonna let you play on the football team, even though we're willing to take you as a transfer?
I don't know, I think it's all a moot point anyway. He's not coming. I don't think it matters one way or the other.
We don't need to waste time talking about it.
But I think what a recovery, right? I agree with you, Tony, that the first part, it seemed like they were kind of a mess, or they didn't have their ducks in a row, and maybe they didn't. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't understand. I've heard rumors that they didn't know that they could have people on campus the Thursday or Friday or whatever that opening day was. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just rumors I read or heard.
They can't. That would be negligent. They cannot. That cannot be the case. If they didn't know, and they had a month to prepare for this, that I don't believe that. I don't believe that
we had people visit that they didn't even offer in the end. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you would think, like in the early period, you'd want to get your top targets on campus right away and try to get, like, if Marsh really was their number one target.
Yeah, but this isn't. Yeah, but okay, all right, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry, George, but
see, I need to take a drink.
You're looking at it from the perspective of recruiting a high school kid. That's not the perspective. This is not that. Okay. And when you're recruiting a high school kid, it doesn't make sense to bring someone on campus necessarily that you're not that. With portal recruiting, you bring somebody in, even if you don't end up offering them a contract or a scholarship or whatever you want to call it, because there are still factors that you need to find out in a very short period of time. One of them being, how much do they really want? What's their inner circle like? What are they? What is their fit into this culture? You can hear all that stuff. And I know some of that crosses over with recruiting high school kids, but I just think it's a different animal, where I think it still makes sense to bring somebody in that you won't necessarily offer, or maybe it's even strategic. You want right now, everything is a fucking game. It's a giant game. And
I also think, Adam, you got to be careful with the game, right? If Marsh is your priority receiver, let's just pretend he is, you can't play these fucking games of, well, I'm going to let him go to Indiana first and,
Right.
act like I'm not.
No. You're right about that. No. I don't mean.
Saw what just happened. You didn't even get a chance. You didn't even get a chance to win that.
No. I'm not saying that 100%. I think next time around they're going to be more proactive at trying to get people on campus immediately. What I'm saying is that you don't necessarily. I can see a situation where they bring in the Wake Forest defensive tackle, to try to push on the Pittsburgh defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Like that kind of game. If you really want Marsh, obviously you waited too long. You get your guy on there immediately. But if you got 2 or 3 or 4 guys you like, getting them all on as quickly as, or in a certain time frame, and playing that game of like, well, we offered him this, you need to take it before he does.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. I think
Marsh.
Go ahead.
I think Marsh is the exception. I think that was so he was like this year's Riley Leonard. They already did their homework on this one. It was just a matter of get him in here, let's sign the paperwork, get this deal done. That's the guy we want. The strategy that you're talking about, bringing a guy in, kind of feeling him out, doing this, is he a fit? Like they did do with, the Penn State guy and a few others that didn't sign. I don't think that was the case with Marsh. I think they looked at Marsh there was a formality of getting him on campus, and I think that they miscalculated what was going to happen in Indiana. They did pull a fast one. I think that's why it was such a big deal. But the rest of those guys, I agree with you. Let's get him in. Is he a fit? Is he worth this price? Let's see how much they want. And then let's see what, our plan,
Yeah, like some of them you can't offer until you see them, right? Like the Utah kid. They brought him in, they had interest, and they find out they weren't comfortable with the injury, right? So it made sense to get him here, look him over, and before you offer him something.
At least at whatever his asking price was. My guess is they would have taken him if he wasn't. I'm assuming it was a combination.
He wasn't hurt. I think.
But the overreaction was taking all of those misses, and putting it all together, and trying to paint this picture. There was incompetence. I don't want to say it's incompetence. He dropped the ball. Martin dropped the ball, not getting Marsh in there Friday at midnight to sign the papers. That should.
Right. That's true.
But all the rest of them, I'm not going to throw that all in and say, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing." This is all BS. Like that was the issue that I had with the overreaction, is because there's always an agenda behind there, right? Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say this is a dysfunctional organization, like trying to make it a bigger thing. It's like, no, they missed one guy. I think they missed.
Well, and everybody is feeling this process out, right? Yeah. Everyone. Yeah, this is this is a living, breathing entity at this point. It is not some static thing that everyone is used to. Everyone that follows recruiting like us, that pays attention to shit year in and year out for the better part of 20 plus years, is used to this static process that's kind of cut and dry, the same thing every year, give or take. This is a completely different thing. You need to be able to pivot and adjust and move with the water here. And to that point, I think they did a great job with this. The recovery is that much more impressive,
right? Yeah, Adam. The end result was great. Like if you would have, before the transfer portal started, and you told me these are the guys we land, I would be like, that's a fucking grand slam, and I wouldn't hear anything else. But I agree.
If we landed every one of these guys on day one, we'd have been like, this is amazing. We're done.
Yeah. Like if we didn't know anything else and we just said, these are the guys you're going to end up with.
Yeah.
We would all be like, holy cow, they freaking crushed it. How did that happen? Especially when you look at Porter and Milan and Notre and Ohio State was like, we don't want to lose either one of them.
Right.
So they had a bidding war and we beat them for. So my big takeaway from all this is I think you're right, Tony. They probably have some learning that there is process improvement that they probably need to do that first week or whatever. And like Adam said, this is new, so it's natural. Like they're not perfect. Nobody is, right? They have to learn and improve their process like everyone. But what I love about this is how many of these players have multiple years of eligibility, right? Like these are not all graduate transfers like we usually get.
One of these guys has 1 year, and it's the lowest ranked dude here at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. So what a win that is, man. Like we're finally getting these young cats that we can have 2 or 3 years. And
we got Keon back. We finally
got Keon, right? And
we have the defense
alone right there. What'd you say, Tony?
that right there. That pickup alone. I mean that's what I'm excited about with this class is Keon Keeley
Keon Keeley's got you excited. See, man, like for me, that's kind of the ones that's kind of like if he hits, great. If he doesn't, I don't.
I cannot wait to see him.
I'm
with
Gerbs.
Kind of irrelevant to me. Like the ones I'm excited about are Porter and Brew. Francis.
I would have given up on him if he would have stayed at Bama. But I don't know. I think with him being willing to go to classes and knowing that he's going to have to focus in, get focused here, and we got the new D-line coach coming in. I think he can easily get back on track to being the guy that we thought he was going to be when he was a recruit. And if he is, what if he does turn out to be that guy?
Well, I mean, it'd be great.
We thought, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
here's what I'm looking forward to, if I may. Quincy Porter, obviously, is top of the list for me, but right below him is big dog right here, the defensive tackle from Oregon, Tion Gray.
Oh yeah,
dude. When was the last time Notre Dame had 6'6", 330 plus pounds in the middle of the defense?
Well, Lewis Nix.
I'll tell you.
6'6".
That's what I was going to say. No, absolutely not. He was not 6'6". The answer is never.
Jaron Jones?
Or
what about Jones?
No, he was not 330 pounds.
He was like 6'6".
This one may not be 6'6" either, but to your point,
he's freaking massive, and we needed him. So yeah, I mean, they crushed the defensive. I wanted 2 defensive tackles, and they got him.
And he's going to start. He's an early down defensive tackle. Nose tackle.
I don't know if he's going to start necessarily. It depends with Anya. Right?
He will, because they're going to have him out there on first down for run defense. He's going to be out there on first down.
And Anya are going to start, but
I don't think Anya is going to get approved.
Yeah, well, if he does, then I think Anya starts, but not, then I could see Grace.
Look, I put zero faith in the NCAA. Zero.
I'm feeling optimistic this year. I think we get him back.
I'd rather be a surprise bonus than to expect it.
He
would absolutely be a surprise bonus for me. Well, I just don't see it
for all of us. But I actually think it's going to go our way. But we'll see.
Now, which one of these guys? Which one of these guys, when their names first came up, were you most like, we're not getting it?
Porter.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Porter. Yeah. Price tag was going to be massive. A lot of people are going to want him.
Well, five-star Ohio State wide receiver. It's like
I thought SEC bound for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. I mean, yeah, that's Porter for me too. I mean, I'd like to say Mylan Graham, but that's not the case. He's from Indiana.
Yeah.
We had recruited him hard, and look, I'm super excited about Mylan Graham. I like those 2 receivers are, and I know it's a sexy position, but I can't help it. It's sexy to me. Porter and Graham, at receiver are the only followed closely, with Tion Gray in there is the 3 guys I'm most excited about for sure. Brew, I don't know. There's like 9 different ways to say his name. We need Patches in here to tell us. Well, however the fuck you say his name. That guy, he's the whole class is great.
That actually. I want to know how Patches pronounces this cat's name.
I would like to hear it too.
It's going to be butchered as fuck.
It couldn't be any worse than what I just did. I don't know how to. I heard Brew, I think is another one.
I heard Brew. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Right?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we'll find out in the fall because he's going to be making some plays, and so I'm excited about him too.
I guess he's like stronger than Ox. So
I mean, I even like McKinney, man. I like McKinney. I think he could be just as good.
I like all these players.
I do too.
Where Tony, like Keon Keeley, to me is the worst one, other than the kicker. Take the kicker out. We need the kicker. We hope he's good. But to me, like Keon's the one that I'm least optimistic about. Right? I mean, I hope he's good, but I think he's just going to be a rotational defensive end, honestly. But all the rest of these guys, I think, could be legitimate starters.
I agree. And look, I'm not saying, Tony, I get why you're excited about him just with the story and everything. I understand from that aspect, but from an impact player standpoint, I tend to agree with Jerbs here. I think he's going to be a rotational defensive end, and everybody else is going to, potentially start.
And of
Probably.
course, we hope he turns into the 5-star defensive end. That's
Sure.
dominant. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, and they took 2 corners, man. I couldn't believe that, right? And I think they needed to. I think it's great that they did it.
I was surprised that they did that.
Yeah. Which one of these guys is going to start in the nickel, you think? Is it the McKinney or?
I think McKinney could end up being that guy. I do. I mean, Golden, Golden, obviously has something to say about that, and him in year 2 is going to be interesting. But also if Gray really played the whole year banged up like they said he did last year, I mean, there's no telling. Like, Moore could get hurt, Gray could get hurt. Having all these pieces, I think him and Saunders could potentially start at different times for different reasons at different positions over the course of the year.
I mean, if you look at the last 2 years, like 2 years ago, Benjamin Morrison gets hurt, right? We lost him for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Gray was hurt at different times. Moore got hurt at different times. So it's like unreasonable to think that your 2 starting corners are going to be able to play all the snaps for 12 games and then a deep playoff run. So even if, like you said, Adam, even if these guys don't start, they're great depth pieces that, that they both played a lot and we can put them in. If we have injuries or we just need to, if Gray's having one of those games, where he needs to have a sip for a little bit, it'd be nice to, man, I just can't get over this portal though. They crushed it. Like when I look at this list, it's hard for me to even be like, Notre Dame did that. Notre Dame got Quincy Porter from Ohio State. That shit's crazy.
Isn't it?
And I love that kid. I loved him in high school. I mean, Adam, you were on the text. I loved Porter. I loved him more than Meadows. I always thought he should have been the priority over Derek Meadows, and I still do. I think he's going to be an absolute beast.
I mean, go ahead.
Going back to McKinney, it's hard for me to imagine that he would have came here to not start.
And Dion called him a first-round pick. So,
really,
yeah, when last year or whatever, when him and Hunter were starting, he's like, people sleep on McKinney, but I think he can be a first-round pick.
See, and that's, I mean, look at the schools we took guys from. 2 receivers from Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, Alabama, and a cornerback from Deion Sanders. And
what I'll say this, I don't think any of those schools wanted to lose any of these guys.
Right.
Like we lost some players like Zinter and some other guys, like they're quality kids and stuff, but we didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like that roster management had to happen. All of these guys, I know for a fact Ohio State wanted to keep the receivers. And I'm sure Pitt wanted to keep Francis.
And just one final thing on the one that we didn't get.
Who?
Just going the way it went down, it makes me
talking about, Tony?
Marsh.
Oh, Marsh.
That's the one I feel like we didn't get. That's the one that we wanted and we didn't get him. But I think another miscalculation there was that we assumed that he wanted to be at Notre Dame. I'm not convinced that he was. I mean, considering the way it went down, I understand this take it or leave it BS offer, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like they would have been prepared for that. So it's just,
I don't even care about Marsh, man.
It's like our decommits. Like I look at our decommits, and it's like they never wanted to come to Notre Dame. They were just bullshit.
I don't know. Maybe he wanted to come, or Indiana blew him away. But regardless, like if I had Marsh in one hand or Porter and Milan in the other, it's an easy decision for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is. I think we got the better of the hand.
I disagree with that.
I agree. And we ended up, look at this. I mean, we ended up with the number one. When is the last time you ever saw this in your life? I can tell you the answer is never.
Look at the 3 stars. Look at all them 3
That's
stars. Texas and Oklahoma.
We had the most 5 stars. We're tied with Texas, which is crazy, right? And we have almost, dude, it's almost double. I mean, it's close to double the amount of 4 stars, right? It's crazy.
I mean, I think Pat just said we had 9 5 stars on the team total.
Marcus has built, I mean, they're a powerhouse. Now we just got to finish.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime.
He's needed a few years.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Like, I mean,
and here we are.
They may have won it this year if they didn't get robbed. I mean, they would have had a shot. I'm not saying I don't know, man. That Indiana team is actually really good, but
I think Notre Dame could play with them. I think the 3 best teams were Notre Dame, Indiana and Miami.
Yeah. I would, in that order, Tony, or are you just saying 3 in general?
I think those are the top 3. I would put. I think Notre Dame and Miami are the top 2.
See, I think Indiana's 1 to me.
Yeah, I think Indiana's going to beat their ass. I think
to me, they've earned their right to be like, we're the best team in the country.
They're right. Yeah. So for Miami, I think it's just a matter of how disciplined they are. Because that you take that away, if they're not making stupid mistakes and stupid penalties, that's what's helping Indiana win, is by playing these perfect games and not making dumb mistakes. So I think with Miami, I just look at, they're good, man. They are.
Yeah, they're good.
They're a good football team.
But look what Indiana
time on the show that Miami is.
Look what Indiana will make you do, though. Indiana will make you look like this.
Yeah, but didn't we say Oregon was overrated all season? Kind of.
That dude's on coke, man. You can't tell me.
I
mean, look at that.
That's something.
That is some serious coke, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at,
Jesus.
Yeah.
And
I like Graham Lanning, man. I think he's a hell of a coach. But yeah, the dude looks like he's on coke right here.
And bam, big time. I had to get that in. That shit was cracking me up. All right, let's see what else. Couple of things that I wanted to touch on. Marcus on game day tomorrow, or today. Actually, this is going to air on Monday, so Marcus is going to be on game day today, later on this afternoon or tonight for the national championship. You guys care about that? Do you have any feelings on that one way or the other?
I don't give a shit at all. Like, I'm still not going to watch it. It's on ESPN, right?
Yeah.
Pass.
I'll see the clips on Twitter, I'm sure.
There you go, Tony. I'm actually surprised he's willing to go on there with how they screwed us and everything else. I'm actually surprised.
It's just giving more content for the haters to talk shit about on social media.
Well, and you stay in the zeitgeist however you can. And he's going to kill him with class, dude. That's what he does, and that's what he's going to do here. That's why he's going on. He's going to show you that he's above you, and then he's going to come out and kick your ass. Look, we're about to go on a heater. If we can keep him at Notre Dame, it's about to be, I don't want to say Alabama of the last 15 years, but it's possible to be in that area if we can keep him, So
I wish you would answer the question a little more tactful, right? Like, even if you are thinking about going to the pros, just lie, dude. Like, just, like Lanning and Cinzetti or Cingetti. How the fuck you say his name in Indiana?
Cinzetti. He's an Italian buffet.
That's right. We have the Cinzettis here in Denver.
Cinzetti, you ever been? Cinzetti's is legit, dude. Cinzetti's is legit.
I know it's just a Denver thing. You have a Cinzetti's?
No, we got one here. And my Italian family would murder me for saying that out loud. I probably shouldn't put that on camera, but dude, I took my family one time. I was like, this place is pretty good.
Bro, we have one. It's great.
It's not Italian food. I mean, let's keep it a buck. No.
They have a drive-through?
No.
So it's an actual restaurant?
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
It's a buffet.
Like
it's a buffet.
Corral, Italian.
It's like an Italian Golden Corral. Yeah, that's great. That's a great
actually
analogy.
pretty good. Unlike Golden Corral, it's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Really, I haven't been to Golden
Better
Corral.
than Olive Garden?
Oh, those
yes,
Golden
dude.
Ass. I mean, it's ass.
Dude.
Better than Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is ass. Get the fuck out of here with Olive Garden, dude.
Yeah, Olive Garden.
I know Olive Garden's ass, but I know Olive Garden. I don't know this place that you guys are talking about.
Try Cinzetti's, man. You ever get a chance? Like,
go look, and bring your appetite, dude. It's actually better than you would think for a buffet, dude. It's pretty good.
But anyway, I wish you would answer the question and just lied about it, right? Like, hey, I'm here for the long term. This might, whatever. Because I think recruiting and everything else, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
But
what do you think he's telling the recruits?
I don't know, man. My guess, hopefully he's telling them he's going to be here.
Hopefully something better than what he's telling us.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That's what I mean.
Like Marcus, you gotta be smart about this, dude. Even if you plan on leaving next year, like, leave Notre Dame with leave us in a great spot.
Well, and come on, Spell, the 5-star running back from Pennsylvania in next class.
He's the guy that don't want to come.
No, I know. Look, if he don't want to come, he don't want to come. That's fine. My thing is they asked him about whether or not the Marcus to the NFL talk bothered him, and he said yes. Okay, well then that means either somebody's putting that in his ear, or they're not doing a good enough job squashing that
or
that talk, or what?
They don't want to say, I'm going to go to class.
Well, I don't know, Tony. I mean, if you really want to play for Marcus Freeman,
but I think that's the conflict. I think for some,
I don't think class.
I'm not even saying
for some people, but that's not for some people certainly. But I don't think you get as far as he did. And then, I mean, the only person I can really think of, I've been following recruiting a long time, and the only person I can really think of that got that close to committing to Notre Dame and didn't, and it came out it was because he didn't want to play school, was that defensive tackle last year. What was his name?
Vallejo.
Yeah, Vallejo. Alistair Vallejo.
I don't think it's like half or most or whatever. But I do think there is a small percentage of elite. I'm talking elite football players. That's like, no, there's no way I'm going to do that.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm saying is that percentage of players, there's a large percentage. But what I'm saying is that percentage doesn't get that close to Notre Dame in the process.
Yeah,
to committing, and
you're going to have to go to class at Notre Dame for a while.
But Gerbs, like you said, Gerbs, you want to play for Marcus Freeman. I think there are some kids that are willing to do that so they can play for Marcus. So there is a flip side to what I'm saying. They are willing to go to class.
Yeah,
play for Marcus.
Maybe.
I think Cameron Spell's that kid, right? Like maybe he doesn't want to do all the academics. I mean, we're speculating. I have no idea what he's comfortable or not comfortable with, but I do find it hard to believe like he's really into Notre Dame and then all this stuff happens and now he's not so much, right? I take it more as he doesn't believe Marcus is going to be the coach when he enrolls.
Gotcha.
What did you call him?
Marcus.
No. No, yeah. Did you call him Cameron?
Come on.
Oh, I thought, is his name Cameron or come on?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought his name was Cameron Spell. Is it come on?
It's come on. Like, come on, get with the fucking bro. He called him like Cameron or some shit.
You keep using that word.
Cameron?
I don't think it means what you think it means.
What the fuck is that? What was that?
Oh shit! You
I
ain't
never the soundboard. Fucking try. Come on, bro.
You ain't never seen Princess Bride?
No. What did that say?
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
You've never seen Princess Bride?
No, y'all keep telling me to watch it, but I haven't seen it.
Dude, get the fuck out of here! It's one of my favorite movies of all time. You're crazy. Anyway, it's come on, Spell. I just want to give you some shit. It is better than Over the Top. And I love me some Over the Top, dude. No domestic issue can be. Dude, it's like a switch. You got to turn the hat around. No domestic dispute can't be solved by an arm wrestling tournament. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
That's right. I'll have to watch that movie sometime. You guys talk about it all the time. No,
you haven't what Princess Bride are you talking about, or are you talking about? You're talking about Princess Bride, right?
Yeah, I've seen Over the Top a bunch of times.
Okay, right, yeah. So anyway, all right. So Partridge. Speaking of defensive linemen, we were talking about. We probably should have segued into that a little bit earlier when we were talking about the big dudes in the middle, and also Chris Burgess, and Partridge. Is also. Look, defensive line, you can't talk enough about that if you ask me. Like, we've got to dominate on the if we dominate on the defensive line next year, whatever you want to call it. I mean, 16-0 is a possibility.
Yeah, that's the one thing that hasn't happened yet, right? Is he wants to be offensive line, defensive line driven. I don't think our defensive line has been all that great under him so far. So hopefully we can finally become they're good, but they haven't been like great, right? Like that Ohio State game in the championship, we couldn't touch Howard. Did we sack him at all that game? I don't think so. But so So hopefully, yeah, like let's get this defensive line coach here and let's actually be a defensive line driven program. That'd be great.
And no, we didn't sack him at all. In fact, he stood back there and picked us apart for like 22 of 26.
Well, people are going to be
Something
like, "Oh,
like
we
that.
had injuries," and we did, but still, like,
It was a
when was the
5-6.
last time we had a guy drafted on the defensive line in the top 2 rounds?
Never. Victor, or not Victor, Justin
Never?
Tuck. No, I was kidding. Justin
Tuck.
Tuck, though?
Wasn't Foskey a second-round pick?
Oh, shit, you're right.
Okay, so Foskey, whenever the fuck that was, how long?
But
ago was that?
also, I said he was overrated. I was never a Foskey guy.
He's a good. Where did Julian Okora go?
He was like third.
He was
second or
third or
third
fourth.
for
I want to say he was third or fourth.
Yeah.
'Cause that year
And
they had-
Riley Mills went what? What did he do?
No, he went later. He went like fifth.
Maybe, yeah. So, dude, that proves the point. We haven't had anybody really drafted high. We need to change that.
Well, D-line's been the most. That's probably been the area that we hear most.
Okora was third round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
he's
But
probably the highest one then, right? Or no, you said Foskey. Was Foskey after
Yeah.
Okora?
Riley Mills was fifth round.
Hmm.
Let's see.
but it's been addressed. I mean, you say that's the one area that Marcus hasn't really. We're kind of waiting on Al Washington to kind of is he going to?
Yeah, to kick it into gear. Yeah.
But to go from where we were, a month ago, still, crying about the D line to now where they bring in a new coach. They bring these, the biggest guy we've ever had on the D line. We bring him in from the portal. We flip Keon back. So. And then the class coming in,
Francis Brew as well. So yeah,
and Brew, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like you just this recruiting class and this portal class, and then the D line coach. I mean, that's a lot of movement to address
in the right direction. We needed it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yep.
And I think this will be the best defensive line if they can get Onye back. If we can get some luck there, and if we can, for one time, Marcus. The other thing that Marcus has had no luck with is injuries. Like if we can be the one team that can stay healthy once. And not be the team that's always fucking injured the whole time. This defensive line has a chance to be. I mean, we were talking about it earlier today, KC, in the group chat, how good we think this defensive line can be. I think it's going to be the best one since I don't know when. I mean, I can't think of one that's been since I've really, when 1988, I was 6 years old. So.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk. I mean, that's what's crazy is that is almost not even modern era anymore. That's how long ago that was. So let's quit talking about that shit. I mean, modern era is essentially now from like 2000 on. And
so this might be the best defensive line in my lifetime of actually understanding and watching Notre Dame football.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. Cedric Hilliard and Darrell Campbell. In the early 2000s was a really solid duo. They played some good ball. But I mean, this if they can get Onye back and if Traore, which I think, I'm excited about Traore a lot because I feel like he's one of those guys that needed that time to trust that injury.
Yeah.
And now he's going to have that time
to kind of really.
Exactly. That was two different injuries though.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's different, right? Like, I think he's going to be, to your point, I think this next year he's going to be even better. He's got more faith in it. He's removed.
And I mean, he came back. He got a second round grade and came back, which means one thing. He knows what's on the line and he's going for top 15 pick, which means he's coming to bust ass.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He has athleticism to do it.
Absolutely. But he is all about business. He'll probably graduate. He's probably graduating at semester, if I had to guess, and he is just going to be nothing but football and kicking ass.
Dude, if you're here for Partridge, you got to be doing this, right? You got Young, all that length, all that, what he's got going on. You got Traore, you got Keeley, who Tony talked about earlier, who has all the potential in the world. We just need to put it together. You got this Francis kid who's a fucking freak, and this big dude. Like there's so many tools to work with in here. They just need.
And he left the NFL for it.
Yeah.
He left the NFL to come back and take a shot at this. So,
And he brought Lucan back.
Yeah, we got Mookum too.
But that wasn't that a Partridge deal. That was like one of his guys.
Yeah.
Coaches did.
Mookum thought Mookum Partridge thinks he has a ton of, Driscoll tells that story of he came and watched practice or something, said you have a superstar.
Don't say that name on here, dude. Don't say that name on here.
I'm just saying where the story came from because that's where it came from.
Don't say that fucking name on here. I don't want to hear it.
Anyway, Mookum's back as well. So
yeah.
But I'm just saying, for a coach, if a coach wants to, if he's put it out there like that, I want to see. Let's see. Let's see what you're talking about. Just to add to it on top of the 6 guys that you mentioned.
Yeah. Well, this is the year here. I got another drop for you here, Jerbs. This is the year of leave no doubt. Could you hear that?
Nope. I have a lot of doubt about your ability to run that soundboard over there.
Hey, I'm telling you. You can't hear that?
Like it's a whisper in the wind.
Yeah, that's some nonsense. It's a leave no doubt quote from Remember the Titans.
I remember that part in the movie. I wish I could have heard it on the soundboard.
This is the year of leave no doubt. This is that's the mantra for this season. Like they're going to come out and they're going to be ready to kick ass. I think that, like we saw in the documentary, he was like, hold on to that pain, and I still can't bring myself to watch that, by the way. I haven't watched it yet. I saw that clip on Twitter, but I haven't sat down and watched that whole documentary.
I'm not watching any of that shit. I don't
think I'm gonna watch it either. I don't know. I maybe I'll get to it. When I'll get to it, I'll watch it in like July.
Yeah,
that's when I'll watch it.
When the new season starts.
Yeah. When I start getting excited for the new season, I'll circle back and I'll be able to get over the pain because I'll be too excited, and I'll watch that shit in July.
I'll be ready by spring.
Miss me until then.
I got a question for both of you. What do you think needs to happen? What is the one thing you think needs to happen for us to actually win the title next year?
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy?
That's to me, that's the only thing that needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
they've had some luck on injuries, that's for sure.
Because we've already seen it with the injuries. It's like, Ohio State. We talked about, okay, what if Morrison and Mills and Traore was out there for that game? I think we would have won that game. I think we beat Ohio State if those guys are playing.
It's possible. It's possible.
That's for sure.
We would have got a couple more stops.
Yeah.
I think that was the key, was like get a stop.
Yeah, that's possible. That's a good question, Jervis, because, you're not just talking about going 12-0, right? Like, I don't even think they need to totally stay healthy to go 12-0. I mean, I can't argue with the haters this year. I know, right. That's exactly. But that's what I was gonna say is that like normally, we can defend the schedule. This year we can't really defend it, man. It's a shit schedule. They should go 12-0, but can they go 16-0 is the question. What does it take to go 16-0? I think this defensive line needs to deliver. If this defensive line delivers, I think they go 16-0.
Yeah. That was mine as well. I think the defensive line has to play like a big time defensive line. They can't just be pretty good. They can't be, we're great against Pitt, we're great against Navy, but when we play Miami, we can't touch back. Like we have to dominate everywhere. On any opponent, they have to be getting pressure. They got to be getting after.
They got to win the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yep. That's what has to happen.
Is there not any concern about the linebackers?
No.
They have Tony, they got a ton of experience.
They do, but KVA talented for a while. Madden's still being developed, right?
But you got
but he's in year 2, and you got Jalen Sneed.
Yeah,
and you got Drake leading them. No, not at all. In fact, the next year without Washington, kind of taking over.
We do have out Washington coaching them now, but
that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter this year. It's irrelevant this year. I could coach the linebackers this year. It doesn't matter. I could coach the linebackers this year, and they would be just fine. They have enough experience. They have enough coaching. They have enough ability that this year they'll be fine. Next year, it's a different conversation. This year, they'll be just fine.
I'm not saying I'm that worried, but I would probably be less worried if Kingston wasn't hurt.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd love to have him too, but they have 3 guys who played a ton of football, and they're all talented.
And he'll be back by mid-season with this cake schedule. By late in the year, by playoff time, he'll be back into form. It'll
I
be
think
fun.
we're going to miss KBA more as a pass rusher than we are actually playing linebacker. I really think that.
Probably. Yeah, probably. But Faramo could take that role on.
Or maybe Snead finally puts it. I mean, he started to play well, so maybe he finally puts it all together.
I mean, does he slim down? Does he stay the same weight? What does he do with this? Because he bulked up,
so he can be an elite athlete out there.
I think so too. I agree.
I'll say this too: if Ash doesn't deliver us a top 3 defense this year, we need to move on because you are never going to have a team like this again. I mean, think about that. Like you have.
Well, they will if Marcus stays. They might.
Yeah. Well, I know, but all of these guys
like
now upperclassmen with experience, Moore, Gray,
and this shit schedule,
Drake, Osbury, all of these guys have played a ton.
I would say we have a schedule. We don't have a guaranteed schedule for 27 and 28.
Yeah, this is the year to win it because your schedule's shit.
We don't know, right? We don't know what. Like, let's say this conspiracy or this collusion actually, snowballs, right?
Yeah.
To not schedule us.
They go undefeated, they're getting in. But I'll say this: they lose a game, they're putting themselves on the block with the schedule they have. If they lose to Miami, you're asking for trouble again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm curious to see what Miami does with this Mensa kid.
You like him?
$10 million to get
from Duke. No, I don't know shit about him, honestly. I don't know if I like him or not. I just know that he's basically their last hope. Like they are bent. He's got them bent over a barrel. They're going to have to pay him whatever the fuck he wants, or they're fucked.
He hasn't signed with them yet.
Not that I've heard.
Well, they got to pay Duke off, so they owe Duke what $4 million or something.
I don't know. Duke wrote that contract up interestingly, supposedly, to where they're the only school that he can make NIL money off of. Like the verbiage in the contract was something along the lines of basically tying him to that school specifically, which is fucking genius by them. Like if that's really, but I question whether or not that's actually what it is, because if that was, why did he enter the portal? Like he could come back, obviously, but I just feel like if that's how it really was, why would he have bothered entering? He's trying to get out of it. So I don't know. I'm really curious to see how that plays out, because also, aside from all that, if he doesn't, this is Miami's only hope at a decent quarterback, especially now that the portal is closed. It's not like another name can pop up. It's this guy or they're fucked.
He didn't have the same options when he was coming out of Tulane. Now he's got options. He's like, shit, I signed a bad contract. I'd rather go to Miami for more money, but you signed a bad contract.
It's like the kid that who's the kid that signed the contract and then tried to leave right away? And the school was going to sue him.
The quarterback?
Yeah.
Is he a quarterback?
Washington.
Yeah. So this might play out like the Washington thing, where the kid thinks he can leave and the school's like, nope. Not unless you're paying us all this money.
Is that? I don't know, but I do want to talk about the national championship before we get out of here. We did touch on it a little bit, and since we're on the topic of Miami, obviously we kind of gave away, our thoughts on it to a degree earlier. But what do you guys think? Who you got? Tony, you think Miami can win this game for real?
I do. I think they're a better football team, talent-wise. That offensive line, dude. I mean, people talk about Indiana's offensive line. Yeah, they play great as a unit. I mean, they get the job done. I mean, they've been dominating, right? But when Miami when they want to run, like they're like, okay, we need 4 yards. We got to get these 4 yards. You see that these monsters. They're like 6'8", 400-pound monsters, just like a wall, just moving down the field, and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I mean, that Ole Miss game, when they needed 5 yards, they'd give it to Fletcher or that other guy, number 6. And you'd see these tackles just like pushing these defenders back, and it's
I think
Miami's great. Good.
I was just gonna say, I just think top to bottom, I think Indiana plays a more sound game of football. They're gonna play more mistake free, and on the other side of the ball, Indiana's offense versus Miami's defense. Obviously Miami has a solid defensive line, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Mendoza has been.
Can they put pressure? Can they put pressure though?
Unbelievable.
And I think Indiana's the best coach team in football. Period. From the offensive coordinator to the defensive coordinator, they're gonna be ready. So, yeah,
they got smart. They're a smart team too. They're older, smart players. So they spend a lot.
That's
of time
true too.
Them, so they know what the assignment is. I know they spend a lot of time in the meetings. Watching.
They have like the DNA of the coach, right? Like they're killers, man. Yeah. They talk and they're killers. Indiana, I'm a believer now. Like I wasn't there for a while, but they just wear everybody out they play. So who's the last team that played them close? They dominated. I guess Ohio State.
Penn State.
They beat Ohio State by 3.
Yeah, Ohio State, the Big Ten title game, right?
Was that right? That was what 13-10 or whatever. But and Ohio State has maybe the best defense in the country this year. So that that's a feather in their cap still. And Penn State played them close, I think, a little bit. But look, they're college kids, man. That I say this. I've said this on previous episode. I'll say it again. Notre Dame is not going to come out. Notre Dame is going to be favored by double digits in maybe 11 of 12 games next year. And they're not going to win 11 games by double digits.
I think if Miami can get pressure on Mendoza, I think that changes everything about that offense. I know he's those receivers are good. They're going to catch the ball. I know he's very effective and precise, but that's when they've got time to run the play. Now, I'm not saying that they can't stop the pass rush. I'm just saying if Miami can get pressure, I just think.
See, I don't. You know why I don't think they will, Tony? I agree with you, but I don't think they will because I think that Indiana is too smart for that. I think they're gonna do a lot of quicker passes. It's gonna be a lot of Miami Dolphins style offense. If I had to guess, like you're just gonna do 3-step drops, and get rid of the ball. He's gonna have a clock. He's going to have that internal clock. They're going to say, have that internal clock, 3 seconds or less, get that ball out of your hands.
Yep. And I think, in a game like this, do you trust Cristobal or Cinzetti?
Cinzetti, obviously.
Yep. That's where I'm at. Cinzetti,
as long as he comes with a nice little crepe or something, give me a little crepe bar.
There ain't no way Mario's winning this title, bro.
Don't expect to see too many Justin Scott bull rushing Pat Coogan for sacks or for run stuffs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Look, I think Indiana can. I don't think Indiana's just going to get dominated in the trenches either. I think Indiana's going to.
I hate Justin Scott, man. I can't. I hope Pat Coogan whips his ass all game long. So
I hate those saggy pants.
So I hope Justin Scott gets his ass whipped all game.
It is some shit though if Indiana ends up winning the national title before Notre Dame does, though. That'd be kind of
better that than fucking Miami.
I agree. On that note, thank you.
What's better for us though, Indiana or Miami? What's better for Notre Dame? Big picture.
Indiana winning because maybe I think it motivates Notre Dame to be like, dude, any school in Indiana can win. There's no excuses.
And it's the third team from the North in a row that's won the national championship. It dispels that Southern rumor.
The third team besides us. So I look at that differently. I'm like, it should be us being the team from the North.
Well, we're next year, Tony. Indiana gets it this year. We get it next year.
Right. Michigan, Ohio State,
Indiana. We have to play Miami. So at least we have a chance to.
Yeah.
Anywho, we'll get there.
No SEC in the title game. We'll leave it with that. No SEC in the title game for the third straight year. Is it the fourth or third?
This is
fourth. Michigan played TCU. Ohio State played Notre Dame.
And so this is the third.
I don't know who played before Michigan. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
But 3 years,
probably Georgia.
3 years running.
Yeah, this should be the third year.
21 and 22.
So-
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much. I
right,
appreciate
fellas.
y'all as always, and it was fun as always. And go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.
Go. All right,
Sorry for
y'all.
the
We'll talk-
background. My wife is yelling at her sister on the phone.
Oh, about what?
Who the hell knows, man? Sister problems. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta love it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Peace.
All right.